This morning, deaths from coronavirus in the United States have surpassed 160,000. One of those victims, a 7-year-old boy from Georgia, the state's youngest person to die of the virus. Doctors say he had no underlying health conditions. Though new COVID-19 cases nationwide decreased by more than 10% this week, Dr. Deborah Birx says she's concerned about an increase in cases in 9 cities and California's Central Valley, the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, dealing with a surge of hospitalizations and deaths.
24 hours, you can go from walking around to be intubated and actually in another 24 hours be dead.
The pastor at a local church says they have up to 4 funerals a day.
We can't bring grandma into the church. We can't have a big mass. All we can do is come out in front of the church and ring the funeral bell.
This morning, new questions about testing. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine first tested positive for the virus Thursday, but overnight, results from a second test showing he's negative. Actress Alyssa Milano slamming what she calls the flawed testing system, telling CNN she recently tested positive for antibodies, even though she tested negative for the virus in April.
To me, this is such an incredible failure.
The president saying he's hopeful a vaccine will be ready by November 3rd, Election Day.
I'm optimistic that it'll be probably around that date. I believe we'll have the vaccine before the end of the year, certainly, but around that date, yes, I think so.
But Dr. Anthony Fauci expects that date to be later.
We're trying very hard to ultimately get a vaccine that might be available by the end of the year or the beginning of 2021.
Until then, Fauci insists that social distancing and masks are the best defense against the virus. But in South Dakota, masks will not be mandatory as hundreds of thousands of visitors are expected to attend the Sturgis motorcycle rally this weekend.
We want to stress personal responsibility to our visitors and our residents.
Congress Thursday discussed the best way to move forward on reopening schools. Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee arguing there's no reason to keep schools closed.
Last year, 4,074 children died in automobile accidents. If my math skills serve me well, that's 10 times more than died to COVID. Should we stop all children from riding in cars? No.
But many teachers across the country say they're scared. One of the teens who posted images of this crowded Georgia school told BuzzFeed she received a 5-day suspension. Reopening schools in New York City still hanging in the balance. Parents must decide by today if they plan to keep their children home. School sports also in question. Pennsylvania's governor now recommending youth sports not return